What is up, guys? Brendan Hancock here with another episode of Groove Subaru today, and today we are taking a quick spin in the all-new 2018 Subaru Impreza, in particular the 50th anniversary edition. So if you guys have seen our video where we do a quick, a walk around and kind of talk a little bit more about this car and its actual features and everything there, do check that out if you have not done so already. So they made a 50th anniversary edition for each of the cars in Subaru's lineup. They made a 50th anniversary Outback, Legacy, Crosstrack, WRX, STI, all of that stuff. And for each of the models, they made 1,050 of each. They're all in this awesome heritage blue metallic, which I think kind of looks like the Twilight blue metallic a little bit, maybe a little bit more blue there. But this one in particular is the Impreza. All of the ones that they did it kind of in the high trim level of it. So they're all kind of in the limited trim level. So this one is a fully loaded Impreza. This one is the 4-door. You can also get it in the 5-door as well. All going to be the same color there. Now, I did say they made 1,050 for all of them. With the WRX, BRZ, and STI, they made 1,050 total for all those lineups. But if you guys have followed our channel at all, we've done a couple videos on the Impreza, and this is the all-new global platform that all of Subaru's vehicles are going to be built on going forward. Coming this summer, we have the 7 to 8 passenger Ascent coming, which will actually be built on the same platform as this car. So you're probably asking, how is that possible? How could you make a massive SUV on the same platform as a tiny little compact car like the Impreza? And the reason is because this new global platform, first of all, it's the greatest thing ever to happen to Subaru, but it's also rather modular in nature. So you can actually kind of stretch in it, and you can stretch it, widen it, to kind of make it fit whatever kind of size car you're putting it on. And the benefits of it are astronomical. So for the first thing, road noise, drastically reduced compared to the outgoing model. The Impreza used to be the loudest, bumpiest, harshest ride that we had, and now it is literally, in my opinion, the same, if not even better than the Subaru Outback in terms of noise insulation. So we have the noise insulating windshield now. They've done a lot to underneath the car to insulate it a little bit from the actual road noise. So very, very, very quiet interior for a subcompact car like this. Some other statistics on the global platform. It is a 70% more rigid chassis. So that means, if you're in a rollover accident, something like that, the safety cell area where all the passengers are gonna stay nice and safe in there. This is an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, meaning it's literally the safest safety rating you could possibly get from them. Other things, you're also going to see a 50% reduction in body roll and also a 40% increase in energy absorption. So come time for the bumps, but also for accidents, things like that, the chassis is able to absorb a lot more of that energy, keeping it away from the occupants inside the cabin, which is really nice. Now, I wouldn't describe this by any means as a super sporty kind of feel to it, although the minimum amounts of body roll and things do give it a decent amount of feel. I mean, the steering is nowhere close to that of the WRX or STI. I mean, if I move it just a little bit, I do move and stuff, but, it's not like a Cadillac or something like that. But it's not like a super sporty, aggressive kind of feel to it by any means. But one thing I do like, though, is the interior and the driving experience is kind of competing a little bit more with sort of a luxury lineup here. They've done a lot, not only to just the driving feel of everything here, but they've also done a lot to making sure the aesthetics inside the car are much nicer. This new seating kind of, stitching pattern that they have here is super, super nice. They've added a lot of silver stitching throughout, so you'll see that on the dash, you'll see it on the steering wheel and stuff. It really kind of ties everything very, very nicely together. They've also actually elongated it a little bit and also widened it, not by a lot, but it does give you a little bit more extra leg room in the back if you are transporting adults. I would say very easily for adults, 6 foot to 6'2" probably in the back would probably be the max of really a comfortable seating position back there. But you can drive them around very easily, and you can fit 5 in there if you needed to. Probably, I would say. Probably wouldn't be super comfortable for more than an hour if you're having 5-6 foot tall people, but very, very comfortable overall. Now, one of the things I really like about this car is the visibility. Visibility in this car is exceptional, and one of the things that has to do with that is the way that the Boxer engine is designed. It allows for it to sit, it's horizontally opposed, so it doesn't take up a lot of vertical space, which means it's able to sit nice and low in the engine bay there, and therefore the hood slope of the front hood goes down a little bit steeper than in most cars, giving you much better visibility over the front. They've also taken the side mirrors here off of the A-pillar where they used to be, adding this extra third window. And even though this is a really, really strong piece, it's pretty thin, and the nice light color makes it a little bit less obtrusive there, so you're actually able to see quite well. Now this car, given that it is a fully loaded Impreza, does come with all of the safety features you could possibly expect on the Impreza, including blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alert, pre-collision braking, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, and all of those features together are really what make this car as safe as it is. My favorite feature, though, has got to be the adaptive cruise control with lane keep. You can simply tap a button on your steering wheel, set your cruise control just like you normally would on the road, and then it's going to use these cameras up top here to actually see where the cars are in front of you. And when it locks onto a car, you've got a nice big 5.9-inch screen up here, and it'll show you that it's locked onto that car, and then it will adapt its speed to it. So let's say you're going 70 miles an hour on the highway, and you have your cruise set to 70, and that car in front of you is going 60, it's going to slightly brake for you, and then it's going to cut your throttle to maintain a nice safe distance. Now you have a couple bars here, I don't know if you can see them here, but you have a couple bars here in between that are representing seconds of travel time, so I can adjust those as I'm driving. So let's just do this here right now. So I'm going to lock on. So that car is probably 100 yards, I don't know exactly, but it's locked on there quite nicely. And it's actually showing me that car right up there saying it's locked onto it. Now this car is starting to slow down a little bit. So even though I have my cruise set to 40, I am going 40 right now, but I'm feeling the car cutting my throttle a little bit. Slowing down here. Now I'm only going 34, 33. So even though I have my cruise set to 40, I'm only going as fast as this car is to prevent myself from ramming into the side of him. Now you do also have lane keep assist. Lane keep assist is different than the lane departure warning feature. That feature will just kind of warn you if you kind of go out of your lane a little bit, whereas lane keep assist will actually see where the lines are on the road using these cameras and physically adjust your power steering to keep you in the center of the lane, which is really awesome. Now a lot of people ask me, hey, does adaptive cruise control need to be on in order for the car to stop in an emergency scenario? And the answer to that is no. Adaptive cruise control is mostly you're going to be using it on the highway, and so it's a nice, gentle deceleration, nice, it slows down the car nice and easy for you and everything there. But pre-collision braking is much more intense. So you'll notice there it gave me a couple audible and visual warnings here. Slow the car down. Now I'm at 0 miles an hour. So it brought me to a complete stop here. So now it's kind of in a ready mode. So it has kind of turned it off there for a second, but all I have to do is just hit resume up here, and then it's going to bring me back up. I still have my cruise set to 40 miles an hour, but it's going to eventually lock on. That car moved out of its lane, but it would lock on to the next car, car or truck in front of me here when it senses that. It is nice too, because even though it kind of turns itself off momentarily when you're at a total stop there, all you have to do is hit resume. You don't have to do anything else. So you don't have to get back up to the speed you want to get back there. So I'm going to turn it off here, just take some manual control back. A couple other features that are going to come on this. You are going to have the 8-inch touchscreen Starlink infotainment system here. This is going to come standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And since this is kind of the fully loaded one, you do also have the navigation app on here. So you do have navigation standard, even if you don't have the your iPhone or Android hooked up there to get Apple Maps or Google Maps, whatever you're using. Overall, the Impreza is one of my favorite cars now that it's being built on this global platform. I think the global platform is the greatest thing to ever happen to Subaru. I think they've done so much in terms of the interior design, making this kind of compete a little bit more heavily with some of the other cars. If you look even back to 2015, the Impreza, if you didn't have navigation, you just had physical touch buttons, which was very much behind on its time. And they have done so much with this car to really make it a very competitive vehicle in its class. Now, like all Subarus, excluding the BRZ, this is going to come standard with Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive, linked with a Lineartronic CVT transmission, which not only gives you the benefits of all-wheel drive in the snow or inclement weather situations, but you're also able to get 38 miles per gallon on the highway, which is incredible. Most cars that you drive, when you go from a front-wheel drive to an all-wheel drive option, you see a reduction in fuel economy. That is not the case with Subaru, because this car is always an all-wheel drive, and the power is going directly from the engine to all four wheels. So there's no, transfer case or anything for the power to have to be transferred through to go to the different wheels, meaning you don't lose that energy, and therefore results in higher fuel economy. So this car is really, really an exceptional value. We do have the keyless entry and push to start. We actually, for the first time, Last year, for 17, we're seeing the power driver's seat on the Impreza, which is a step up for sure. So pricing wise, they are going to come with what's called option package 50. Now, option package 50 really excluding the, you know, cosmetic things and the color that you get with the 50th anniversary edition is really like an option package. I think they call it, I don't remember 100%. I know it's like 24 on the Outback, but you know, with the moonroof, the eyesight, the navigation, all of that kind of stuff. But this one here is priced a little over $31,000. It does come with popular package number 1, which gives you a couple of extra accessories. So you might see a little adjustment in pricing there. Also, if you went to the hatchback, you're looking at a $500 difference between the 4-door and the 5-door, with the 5-door being a little bit more expensive. But overall, a really, really solid value for this car. So I highly, highly recommend stopping in, taking a 2018 Impreza, possibly even the 50th anniversary edition, out for a test drive. I think you guys will be very, very satisfied. So we are arriving back at our dealership, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate all of your support. Over these last 2 years we've been doing this channel, we've gained so much momentum, and that's all thanks to you guys. So if you guys have not done so already, please do subscribe to our channel to see more videos like these. And if you guys have any questions at all, just leave them in the comments section below and we'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time on Groove Subaru Today.